Reg wanted to call in and talk about Charles Oakley, who got he got arrested last night at Madison Square Garden. So Oak, the former enforcer for the Knicks, spent 10 years there, and he got arrested last night during the game. And Reggie Miller joining us on the program. Reg, good morning. What do you have for me?
Well, good morning, gentlemen. And I can't blame Tyrone Lue for resting his big three. Remember in Washington that unbelievable overtime victory. LeBron James banked the shot to send it to overtime, and then they ended up winning with Kyrie Irving, going off in the overtime when LeBron had fouled out. Last night in Indiana, they were down 15, and then a 40-18 run in that third quarter pulled away from Indiana. So I could see them being tired for tonight. Is it great for our network to have those three guys sitting tonight? No, it's not. You would like to see, those guys go against Russell Westbrook, but it's probably going to happen.
You think they're going to all three sit?
Well, if he's already mentioning it, then he's laying the groundwork that he's going to sit. I would probably say two of the three will sit, Kyrie and probably LeBron.
But, Reg, if you were playing now or Jordan or Magic or Bird, just to be fair to today's stars, they take care of their careers. They pace themselves a little bit differently. Do you think yesterday's stars would do the same thing? Would Jordan pace himself differently?
It's funny. I never thought of it. I never thought of sitting out. You played the games. If you were healthy enough to play, you played. Whether you played great or you didn't, you still played. I always felt, even if I was tired or even when I was hurt, if I had a hurt ankle or something like that, I always felt me at 75%, 80 was better than a lot of people. I was still out there to help my team out. So you just played, but it's a little bit different now. And I think, Commissioner Silver they'll address this in the offseason, and, we'll go from there. But it'd be nice to have all three of them play tonight, but I don't think it's going to happen.
All right, what did you see last night with Charles Oakley? And I know there's bad blood because Oak has not been embraced by the Knicks organization. He bought his own ticket to the game, but you get arrested at the Garden.
Now, look, we know the Knicks side of it, that he was being belligerent, he was yelling at James Dolan, and he was causing a scene for the fans where he was sitting. That's the Knicks position. Now, we've heard from Charles Oakley, who said, look, I was there only 4 minutes. I came, I sat down, I was there to watch the game, and the scene really didn't start until James Dolan looked back and saw that I was sitting behind him and asked security to escort me out. That's when I started to get loud and started to yell. So the truth lies in between. I'm going to tell you, I have not spoken to Oak. I don't know what happened, but to me, this is probably what happened. As you mentioned, he's been asked to stay away from the team. This is the 70th anniversary of the Knicks organization, and he's not around for those glory teams of the 90s that I've had so many battles with. He's been asked to stay away, and he's probably heard about that. His good friend Patrick Ewing probably didn't get an interview to be the head coaching job for the New York Knicks. He keeps getting skipped over. So Oakley probably said, you know what, okay, I'm going to buy these tickets, or was given to him. That's what I'm hearing too. But so what? Right behind James Dolan. And he was probably hoping that Dolan would turn around and see him and extend an olive branch and say, hey, Oak, this has gone on for too long. Come to my office tomorrow. Let's hash this out, and let's talk this over. I'm sure that's what Oakley was probably thinking. When he turned around and saw that it was Charles Oakley and then had all his guys, security, this is the problem. Do you think Charles Oakley is going to show up in a nice-looking suit to start some beef? If he would have came in jeans and some Timberlands and jeans, perhaps. Oakley was suited down. Do you think he's coming there to be an idiot on national TV? This is my opinion.
Yeah.
I just think he was looking for an olive branch to be extended when it wasn't. Look, he put these security guards in a very uncomfortable position because these are the same. Look, I know all these security guards. You guys were here when I played. I sweated my heart out for all of you guys, and this is how I'm going to be treated. I think that's why he went off.
On the list of guys you wouldn't want to mess with when you played, where does Oakley rank on that list?
Well, I've said this before on this show. There's a dark alley that people you want to walk down with. Some people are the dark alleys. Charles Oakley is one of those guys that are the dark alleys. And here's another thing look, I'm trying to be partial here, but I know this is everywhere and it's leading Sports Center and all that.
Yeah.
That's great and all, but stop showing the clips of Charles Oakley always getting in fights and being the intimidator. Yes, that was him, but we're feeding into, oh my God, he must have a short temper. I've known Charles over 25 years, and yes, he's taken me out of the air probably half a dozen times, but he was a competitor. And stop showing clips of him always wanting to fight, because we're feeding into him trying to be a thug and being an intimidator, which he was, and that was his description. But why are we always feeding into? Why can't we show a clip of him of a basketball play?
No, it's fair, Reg, and I do appreciate you calling in and giving another side to this. And hopefully you get a good game tonight. You got the Cavs and the Thunder on TNT. So thanks for joining us, Reg.
I appreciate it, gentlemen. Thanks for having me.
All right. Reggie Miller giving us a little different perspective. And look, I respect the fact that Reggie wasn't supposed to join us and was watching the show and said, let me give my side to this, because there is another side to this. I don't know what else happens with this. I thought the Knicks were really unprofessional when they sent out a message saying, we hope Charles Oakley gets help. That is inexcusable. Inexcusable to say that you hope, like he's got some condition that you're diagnosing here. And even if there is a condition he has, you don't do that publicly. Something made this happen, that it went from 0 to 60. And I'm not going to put all of this on Charles Oakley. Not.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.